Hey guys, and what's up? Today we have a quick look over these two lights, the Aputure Storm 400X and the brand new Amaran Ray 660C, which I bought 2 weeks ago. And I have to say, today this won't be a big how to use it in settings comparison or stuff like this. This will be some kind of how they are built, what are they made for, which use cases I see myself using them, maybe you as well, and maybe you can decide if it's worth paying the price, which is much higher on the Storm 400X than on the Amaran Ray 660C or not. So I would say, don't lose time, let's go. So I'm using Aputure lights forever. I guess I never had a different brand. And I just like how they place their products, how they build their products. I really like the build quality on the Storm series. They're built like tanks. You can see it, it's exactly built like you would expect from such a light, which has also this price tag, where we can find us discussing about later when it comes to the price tag of this light. In comparison, when you see them side by side, I owned an Amaran 300C, and it was some kind of, I need an RGB light and I don't want to spend thousands of euros for a true Aputure light, because colored lights are nice to have, but I don't see myself using these high amounts of when it comes to RGB. When I use RGB, it's mostly dim or it's dark. So even some lamps like 300C, 80C, 120C is mostly enough. And if I would need more, then I guess I would rent. But for my personal use and my or our own projects, I see myself I see myself not using or needing that much of amount of. So when it comes to our own project or my own project, I don't see myself using a 1000C or something. But this brings me to this: why not the 300C or the little ones? I have to say, I ordered also the small one from the Ray series. It did not arrive till now, but I'm very curious because I saw it on an exhibition and it's very, very tiny and the output was very promising. Yeah, I replaced my old 300C from Amaran with this light, and here's why. 660C is a sweet spot between you have a nice amount of power but not too much, and the size in comparison. Yes, the 400C is smaller. They really did a great job on the size of this light, but when you see the 660C isn't that much bigger, and I have to say they really improved the build quality on these Ray series. Yes, as you can hear, it's still plastic, but it doesn't feel that cheap anymore as they used to. Cheap is what you want to call it, but it's not like, you know, you touch this surface and you touch this surface, you see a difference. But on the older ones, there was even more difference when it comes to build quality. Also, when I check the handles, they feel much more solid now, and they feel a little bit more rugged. And yeah, even when I touch the lamp, the reflector, it's really solid. It's not made of cheap materials. And I see myself using this also as a key light, because the amount of light and the quality of light that comes out of this fixture is really good. I mean, the Blair engine in this one is even a bit better, and you can play around and also get some bluish and lime tones and indigo and stuff. You can't do this exactly on the Ray series, but there you have the color. So, and what the next The next big thing I really like about this light is this knob. It's very satisfying to use. It has an internal motor, and when you push it, it also gives you a little beep when you change something, but you can change this as well. And there you can use it like 1, 2, 3%, and it has a very nice feel. I can't describe it. It's like a click, 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 click. It's very nice to use. And if you do like, you see, it has an electronical motor, which is very satisfying to use when you say pull it up to 100 and you don't use the Sidus app or you don't use the Amaran app. And I even don't own the Amaran app. I only use the Sidus link because I have a lot of Aputure lights. That's pretty cool. Very satisfying to use. And yeah, one big improvement is, at least for me, you only got one power cable. That's it. There's nothing dangling around. Like here, let me show you. On the Storm series, you get, of course, this big power supply at the ballast, which we all know and like. I guess you can throw it from your roof and it will still work, so yeah. And also you get the possibility to charge it or work with V-mounts for sure. You also got the USB ports. But I have to say, when it comes to be fast and efficient on set, these Amaran Ray lights very come in handy. You only got this power supply, done. Nothing dangling around, no problems. I found myself, while I used this on 3 or 2 jobs till now, that it could be possible that I replace the cable that comes with the Amaran Ray series with a longer one, because it's, I don't know, 3 meters or something. Maybe 6 meters or even 10 would be nice if you want to rig it up or something. When it comes to accessories of these 2 lights, as you can see, I own the Fresnel for the 400X. Very nice tool. As I said often on this channel, I really like using Fresnels. For the Ray 660C, I don't own a Fresnel yet. I don't know if there's already one out. In fact, I kept my spotlight from the old Amaran series and I didn't try it out yet. If it works or if the 660 will burn it to the ground, we will see. But I still own my spotlight for the older Amarans. Maybe I can use it. There are still some gobos which I found quite useful for the 300C. So when it comes to using these 2 lights in the real world, I always try to work with them in the Sidus Link app from Aputure. That's the easiest way for me to work. Otherwise, you can just adjust everything on the ballast or right here on the lamp. The menu is very easy to use. So as I said, very self-explaining, to be honest. There isn't that much you need to cover. Also, I think they did a great job on the UI. It's really easy to use, looks good, displays bright. So that's that. And for the Aputure ones, for the already existing lights, you can use the app or the power supply, where everything is also very self-explaining and easy, as you know this from Aputure. So in the end, there's one big question, and that's the most important one for many people out there, including me. Is it worth buying these Storm lights, or does the Amaran Ray series do the job as well? And as often in life, I would say it depends. For example, in BTS series, I see many huge, even Hollywood productions use Aputure lights. They rig it up and use more fixtures than we normal people do. But especially the Storm series is made for production and higher production work. I mean, this thing can handle some rain. Even if you would throw a water cannon at it or whatever, it would still work, I guess. And with these ones, I don't know if I would go out and let too much rain cover this whole body. In fact, I would protect them with some other gear. But I would say this is the main difference. They're really a little bit cheaper in quality, but as I already said, they are better than the Amarans before. And yes, they are not weather sealed, but you can use them for interviews. You can go out and shoot. You can buy one of these lights from 660 to 120, I guess, or 150, I'm not sure. Or maybe there's even a 90 watts out there. But that's perfect. That's really budget friendly. And when you throw this on, it's much brighter than this one. So, and you pay in Europe around 900 bucks for this, and you pay for this almost 2,000 with this whole combo. So you get some benefits in build quality. You get some benefits when it comes to the ballast. You can a little bit more flexitile, but you can work around with these as well. So if you got a good gaffer and stuff, yeah, I'm sure you can have amazing results with these and have a little more money in your pocket. Good for everyone, right? So yeah, I would say in conclusion, it really comes down to your workflow, what you prefer. In the end, it's also some kind of what do I like more working with maybe. But these lights are great. These as well. These are a little bit more for professional productions and they can take a beating. These also can take a beating. Don't let yourself down on this. And yeah, in the end, they both do the job. They are very similar, but also a bit different. And yeah, that's my first impression of the new Ray 660C in comparison with my already trusty 400C. Maybe this was helpful. If yes, consider like and subscribe, and I see you next time. Ciao, ciao.